peace. What is going on? So it is Monday, Moon Day, and since it's Moon Day, I decided to wear my moon skirt, which is so cute. So I wanted to tell you guys a little thing that I do in regards to 369. And if you guys are into mathematics or really understand the essence of the universe, everything is mathematical. Everything pretty much has its formula, the Fibonacci, and if you just take a look at the patterns of certain things, not even certain things, just everything. Some are stand out a little bit more than others, like if you would look at a shell or certain flowers, all of those, they show the sequence and the pattern of the universe. And so I've been doing this 369. I ended up getting that book, Project 369. And so I do 3 things I'm grateful for. I write them out 6 times each, and I meditate on them for 9 seconds each. And I do this repetitively. I have a journal, and I do this repetitively throughout the day. And I'm going to do it for me on a weekly thing, right? And I just want to kind of do it. It would be nice to do it for 30 days since there's a 3 in there. Like, I've always been that I want to figure shit out. Like, I just want to see what happens when I put my energy and I focus into this aspect of myself and see what transpires and comes into fruition when I enter into this space. I feel like everything about us is always focus and concentrated thought and being very intentional with the direction of where your energy is. And if you're the type of person that is always sporadic and you have like 20 things going on at different moments, not to say that it's not okay to, be multifaceted and to do all of these things, and not to say that things aren't going to come into fruition. However, what ends up happening is that it probably will take a slower pace to come into full bloom because you have your energy all sporadic. I'm sorry, it is hot, and I tried leaving my door open, but it's the humidity in Florida that just is cray-cray. So yeah, I just feel if you want things to change, evolve in your life, you really have to be in a space of knowing yourself and taking accountability for that. And oftentimes it's going to take you being in your own energy field for a while in order to get to hear yourself again, get to feel yourself again, get to acknowledge your intuition once again, sharpen your eyesight once again, get your senses attuned once again, get your frequency by being in a space of higher alignment so that the things in your life can come to you. The beautiful thing about this life is that everything that you have already emitted and said that you wanted is in this vortex. Now it's just a matter of you opening yourself up and being in your heart space in order for these things to align and for you to receive it. And so there's spaces of ourselves that have been cloaked, and inwardly that have been cloaked, that make us have a vision of cloudiness, and it doesn't allow us to fully engage with the essence of our divinity, because we're always in a space of fight or flight. We're always in a space of being in tune to the chaos. We're always, being in tune with the parallels of this universe, of other people's realities. And we are coexisting. So there are going to be things out here that you yourself have to decide what is important for your attention and what is important for you to give when it comes to yourself. And is this going to change my life? Is this going to help me to get to the next phase of myself? Is this going to benefit my energy? Is this going, all of these things, you have to ask yourself these questions, and you have to ask yourself, are you even living your true self? And most times if we're not being still and we're not in a space of just, traveling with ourselves and experiencing ourselves, and we have all of these voices and energies just all around us all the time, and just noise all around us all the time, I can probably guarantee that we're not in a space of really having a true intimate relationship with ourselves. And that has to be the priority, because how you have an intimate relationship with yourself, and that goes on every aspect: sensual, sexual, intellect, emotional, like all of these things will determine the type of energy that we align ourselves with when it comes to other partners and friendships and business associates, and so yeah, these are just things that, I'm always, reflecting on, and I don't take my life too seriously, but I'm also aware of where I place myself, and I'm aware and I'm observant towards the things that are in my surroundings. And it really is a space of just observing the movie that is playing on the screen, and then you deciphering which element of this movie you want to place and to give energy to, in order to recreate and redefine yourself. And I always want to make this very clear: there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. Every single thing up until this moment of you listening to this video, you had to go through in order for you to know what you don't want and what you do want. Contrast has to exist, and contrast will forever exist. So that's something that you're going to have to get used to. There is no fixing anything. There is just an observance of the frequency that you are emitting. There is an understanding that all of the things that you experienced in your past is but a memory, and the only thing that keeps it sparking is you repeating the story over and over and over again. And if it's a story that you're proud of, that has gotten you to this place, and you're just like, damn, I just need to keep repeating this story because I'm proud of where I've been, and that's the type of energy, and it feels good to you, keep telling that shit. If it's a story where you feel shame and you feel guilty, or you feel degraded, and it doesn't make you feel good, that's your inner GPS telling you that this is not the character that you need to carry any longer. Then that's when you get to rewrite a new book. You don't have to rewrite a chapter in an old motherfucking book. Write a new book for yourself. So yeah, like I said, don't take your journey and your path so seriously that you're constantly always in a space of thinking that you need fixing and that you need a therapist and that there's something wrong with you. This is just part of this experience and this journey. And so now, I would just highly recommend, why don't you just take some time for yourself? Take some time away from everybody's perspective and perception of their own reality of their own life, and really find yours again, or get reconnected with yours again. There's nothing lost. We've just cloaked and cloaked and cloaked information, and cloaked people's identities, and cloaked ourselves with other people's so-called truths, when at the end of the day, this is yours. You get to say when, where, how, and why, and so yeah, I just wanted to give this little bit of encouragement, because that's just what I like to do. And I just wish you guys the best Monday, and just remain in your center and be more observant, and only pick and choose what you want to take on your journey in your movie script. All right? And stay in your heart space, heart, mind, coherence. Make sure that these are both dwelling in the same space and are intertwined. And there is, when you're living from the internal GPS system, there is no such thing as lack. There is no such thing as not being successful. No matter how it's painted, no matter how it looks like, sometimes things need to be burned to the ground in order for you to renew yourself, and that comes from this. So let it happen.